Tonight, GFG Alliance close to finalising a finance deal for the Whyalla Steelworks. And police crack down on Sydney-siders travelling to regional areas illegally.
From our 7 Spencer Golf Studios, your nightly news with Ruby Kamain begins now.
Good evening. GFG Alliance has given an update on the future of the Whyalla Steelworks, with the company close to finalising a restructuring deal. On his podcast, CEO Sanjeev Gupta confirming the stabilisation, as our reporter Mark Zeta explains.
It's more good news for the Whyalla Steelworks with a refinancing deal within touching distance. On GFG Alliance's company podcast, CEO Sanjeev Gupta says the company has now been able to stabilise the situation.
We've been able to now have a cooperative dialogue, discussion, progress, significant progress in some cases with our creditors. We've had significant progress being made in terms of refinancing of various businesses one by one.
It comes after the collapse of lender Greensill Capital earlier this year, a major source of funding for Gupta. With the steelworks under threat from closure, GFG Alliance was able to secure a deal with creditors in May.
I'm very sure that at the end of this journey, we will have a much leaner, a much more efficient, much more driven, a much more bottom line driven business.
In a statement, Whyalla's Mayor Claire McLaughlin says it's reassuring to hear the refinancing is now near the finish line. GFG Alliance's CEO Sanjeev Gupta says the businesses are enjoying record performances in many of their commodities and sectors. Last month, the company confirmed a 6-week standstill agreement with Credit Suisse to finalise restructuring plans.
Extra police are on the beat, cracking down on Sydney-siders travelling to regional areas. Further restrictions have been placed on the city, with a 10-kilometre travel limit introduced for exercise and outdoor recreation.
And unless there is a dramatic change, unless there's a dramatic turnaround in the numbers, I can't see how we'd be in a position to ease restrictions by next Friday.
It's been another record day in the current outbreak, with 44 new local cases reported. 29 of those were infectious in the community. 10 people are in intensive care. The Premier warns daily numbers are likely to keep increasing. Police are asking the public's help to find a Whyalla Norrie man wanted for breaching his bail conditions. 38-year-old Nathan Pedler also has a warrant for his arrest. Police describe the man as 168 centimetres tall, close to 90 kilograms, with a muscular build and has short blonde hair. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers or the Police Assistance Line on 131 444. The RAA is pleading with drivers to remain focused when behind the wheel, as alarming figures show a rise in road deaths across South Australia. The warning even more critical with more winter months ahead. Our reporter Katrina Musson has more.
A tragic jump in road fatalities has seen the state record the second worst start to a year in the past decade. A mid-year report revealing in the first half of this year, 53 lives were lost on South Australian roads, 7 more than the same time last year. Figures making the start to 2021 the second highest record of fatalities since 53 were recorded in 2013.
And obviously it's concerning to see that the numbers are significantly higher than they were for the same time last year. But also, perhaps even more concerning is the number of people who've lost their lives in the regional areas of the state.
The RAA says at this rate, the state is on track to record more than 100 crash fatalities this year, prompting a plea for road users to make safety their priority. Also urging drivers not to become complacent, whether you're driving on Adelaide streets, enjoying a drive these school holidays, or if you are a regular user of regional roads.
I think it's a timely reminder just to be very mindful of the fact that when you're driving on our roads, drive to the conditions, obviously do the main things about following the speed limits and ensuring that you're not distracted.
The RAA is pleading with motorists to drive safely and to the conditions on our roads as we head deeper into the winter months.
Still to come tonight, an update on the Flinders Ranges' new bush food and walking trail. And Moonta holds a special NAIDOC opening ceremony. We'll see you again shortly. Welcome back. The first stage of construction will be completed soon on Corn's Bush Food Walking Trail, set to become a new tourist attraction. A huge effort by contractors, council staff and volunteers has seen plenty of progress achieved over the past 4 months.
One step at a time, Corn's new walking path nearing completion. This week, final works are being done on a shelter, barbecue and lights to complement the enclosed trail already being laid. The Flinders Ranges Council, using grant funding from the 2019 to 2020 Open Space and Places funding program to construct the path.
We want North Quorn to be part of Quorn as such, so we want them as part of it. We want easy access, especially for kids. We want to get the kids off the road. They don't have to rely on mum to drive them to school.
The all-weather tracks extended width, making them wheelchair and mobility scooter friendly.
The secondary reason, of course, is it enables us to build this wonderful bush food garden. And you can see around me that we've invested a fair bit of energy, especially our volunteer workforce have invested a lot of energy in getting this bush food garden going.
Flint says, with lots of signage and information about the flora, the trail will also become a tourist attraction.
We actually engage with Aboriginal groups, Adnyamathanha people and Anukkanu people in regards to the bush foods, and we actually have a botanist, ethnobotanist, Andrea, who helps us with our layout and the plants that we're using.
The tender has gone out for a second extended leg of the bush food trail to begin construction next year. Edward McCarroll, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
A new plan by the state government could see more local contractors be used for the maintenance of key infrastructure. It's believed the move will deliver more effective services and maximise opportunities for local contractors.
It's the new plan to potentially stimulate the economy of regional towns. The state government introducing a new facilities management model, seeing more local contractors used to help maintain state infrastructure like schools, prisons and hospitals. In a statement, the Infrastructure and Transport Minister, Corey Wingard, says the arrangement would see better maintenance and repairs for the assets and deliver stronger work opportunities for regional contractors. However, the member for Giles says it's a veiled attempt at privatisation.
I would much rather see the departmental people that have done a good job over many years be retained in those positions.
The state government awarding a tender to the multinational company Ventia to manage the facilities, and Corey Wingard claims it has an established track record for working with local contractors. Eddie Hughes disagrees.
People in South Australia know that privatisation, whether in-your-face privatisation or the sneaky privatisation, ultimately does not stand the public in good stead.
The new arrangement will go into effect from December 1. Mark Zita, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Supply line issues of a crucial fertiliser is causing problems for farmers around the region. A shortage of urea in South Australia having the potential to cripple the state's harvest yield this year. The nitrogen-rich fertiliser is the main ingredient most farmers use for enhanced crop growth. Prices for the fertiliser has skyrocketed to $770 a tonne compared to $350 a tonne only a few years ago. Upgrades to the Todd Highway are expected to begin later this year. Following the announcement of funding for highway upgrades on the Eyre Peninsula due to the rail closure in 2019. It's part of the $32 million Roads of Strategic Importance funding, aiming to improve road safety in the region. 2 overtaking lanes are also being added along the Lincoln Highway south of Tumby Bay. The Copper Coast community came together at Queen Square in Moonta this morning, celebrating National NAIDOC Week on Narungga country. One local Aboriginal man and his grandchildren educating those who attended about their history and culture.
For Quentin, today's NAIDOC Week ceremony was a symbol of acceptance his ancestors had always hoped for.
Geez, I had to hold my tears back, because when you look at this, it's a very, very, very special occasion because it's been a very long time in the waiting.
His grandchildren leading today's smoking ceremony in Moonta's Queen Square, while educating those in attendance of their heritage and culture.
Now people are starting to make change and recognise Aboriginal people today, which is starting to make things more acceptable for us to be and do show off the beauty of our culture.
I found the smoking ceremony that Quentin did really moving, and listening to him talk about his memories and his learnings.
The member for Grey immersing himself in their traditions, saying this country has come a long way but still has far to go.
Do we still have issues we've got to address? Of course we do. But I think we are making ground all the time.
The Copper Coast Mayor acknowledging the Narungga people while encouraging the community to embrace their culture.
And we need to honour their traditions as they move forward with our traditions, and we move forward as one.
Katrina Musson, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Stay with us after the break. Archibald Prize artworks on display in Broken Hill, part of a regional tour. And Tumby Bay prepares for all the tunes and beats from a visiting Adelaide Guitar Festival. Hello again. The top entries from last year's Archibald Prize have gone on display in Broken Hill. It's a rare chance for the city to see the impressive works up close, as well as some special creations from local school children.
Larger-than-life characters captured on canvas. The best of the 2020 Archibald Prize continuing a statewide tour arriving at Broken Hill Regional Art Gallery.
It's in high demand. I think you're guaranteed it maybe once in every 10 years, so it's our time again after a long time.
Running since the 1920s, the Archibald Prize is seen by many as the most prestigious portrait competition in the country. Last year's winning painting entitled Stand Strong for Who You Are.
By Vincent Namatjira, which is of course Albert Namatjira's grandson, so it's a really special moment for this painting to end up in the gallery here.
The works cover a wide spectrum of medium and technique. Not every piece looks like a photo.
It's a really good exhibition that highlights kind of the breadth of portraiture in all its forms, whether that's hyper-realistic or naive or abstracts.
Beside these professional works, pieces by local school children.
We asked the kids to create portraits of someone significant to them, or self-portraits. So quite a few did self-portraits, quite a few did family members, friends.
Tonight's launch cancelled due to COVID restrictions, but the exhibition will be in town until August 22.
Put on your mask and come down and have a look.
Lachlan Itter, 7 Spencer Golf News.
The Adelaide Guitar Festival is bringing its funky tunes to the coastal town of Tumby Bay next Saturday. The one-day event filling venues with talented local artists as well as visiting guitarists from around South Australia.
The strumming of the ukulele and the tapping of the feet, just some of the things to expect from next weekend's event in Tumby Bay.
A whole afternoon filled of guitar-based music from 1 o'clock in the afternoon through till 9:30, 10 o'clock at night.
The Adelaide Guitar Festival visiting the coastal town for the first time, offering locals and visitors from around the region an opportunity to listen to a variety of acts and genres.
It's great, and Tumby's location lends itself to people from anywhere on the Lower Eyre Peninsula coming to Tumby next Saturday afternoon and enjoying free and family-friendly music.
The festival showcasing the world premiere of the Tumby Ukers. 14 Eyre Peninsula locals playing and singing along to some old school tunes.
Really excited. This is a wonderful chance for us all to stand up there and get the community singing along with us, we hope.
Kathy encouraging attendees to bring along their own musical instruments and join in the fun.
All we want is to have fun and let everyone else have some fun as well.
The July 17 festival is a free event. Head to the Adelaide Guitar Festival website for more information.
Get your voices warmed up and we'll see you on Saturday.
Dylan Smith, 7 Spencer Golf News.
The Port Augusta Quilters Guild has launched a new and unique exhibition in Stirling North today. Titled Kaleidoscope of Colour, the display is showcasing delicate hand-sewn works from around the region.
Vibrant colours and techniques on show. The Port Augusta's Quilters Guild launching a new exhibition to display a huge collection of their members' works.
It's an opportunity to show the community what we do. It's an opportunity for our members to actually say, hey, I made this and I feel really good about it, and they're happy to share what they've made with everybody else.
The Quilters Guild has been operating in Port Augusta for 35 years. With over 50 members, the group making a variety of hand-sewn and machine-sewn quilts.
For the majority of the time, quilting has been a functional craft. It has now also become an art craft where people are very involved in making art quilts that are quite different to functional quilts.
With ties to medieval culture, a guild is an association of craftsperson formed for a mutual aid. The quilting process has always seen women come together to sew, becoming a huge social activity.
It's a focus for your life, and you know that you're going to see someone, you're going to have someone to chat to, have a cup of coffee, spend time with and have support, basically.
Many women say the guild has become a place where they can share their problems in a supportive environment. Edward McCarroll, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
A South Australian abalone company has been recognised at the 2021 Harvey Norman Produce Awards. Yamba Aquaculture was awarded a gold medal in the From the Sea category at the annual awards. The winning product, Yamba's green lip abalone whole shell, produced from the company's Port Lincoln and Kangaroo Island farms. The company will go on to compete for a Produce Award National Trophy in August. It was a special milestone for one of the state's most important and essential organisations yesterday. Crime Stoppers South Australia celebrating its 25th birthday, marking an incredible service to the South Australian community. Information supplied to Crime Stoppers has helped SA Pol catch more than 22,000 criminals.
In those 25 years, Crime Stoppers has helped to solve over 30,000 crimes.
In the latest budget, the state government injected more than $800,000 to help secure the future of the organisation. Stay with us after the break. We'll hear from our footy experts on who to tip at local games over the weekend. And we'll have all the weather details from Alex Sykes. See you soon. Welcome back. We're in for another bumper weekend of footy across Broken Hill and the Spencer Gulf. If you're tipping, here are our experts with their tips for weekend games.
This weekend, South take on North. South are the juggernaut of Broken Hill football. A couple of their key players will be away at the South Australian Country Championships. That won't matter. South by plenty. West take on Central. West have changed around a little bit. Their form's picked up. The Magpies are goers, but it won't be enough. West to win and South easy.
Hello and welcome. SGL takes a break this week to allow for the Country Carnival to be held in Victor Harbour. The SGL makes up part of the Northern Zone, which consists of leagues from Whyalla, Northern Areas and Roxby. Games will be played over Saturday and Sunday, with the final to be played on Monday. Let's hope our boys give it a good showing. Here in Port Pirie on Saturday, we've got a junior carnival with under 11s and under 13s. We've got teams coming from Whyalla, Port Augusta, Northern Areas, Roxby Downs, and of course our local Pirie side. So if you're looking for something to do on Saturday, get along and have a look at some of the stars of the future out here.
Time now to take a look at what's happening in the weather this weekend. And Alex, the next few days aren't looking too bad, aren't they?
Yes, that's right, Ruby. We are in for some mighty fine conditions, which is good news for you because I know you've got some fun plans. I'll have more detail on that later. From 3 p.m. today, there were a few showers around the region. Port Lincoln was 17, Broken Hill got to 16, and Cooper Pedy was sunny and 18 degrees. Looking further out across the region now, it was partly cloudy for Cleve and Port Pirie, both a top of 16. Showers for Kadina, 16, Whyalla partly cloudy, 18. A shower or two for Adelaide, 14. Port Augusta was 18, Woodner was 17 and Clare was 12 degrees. Taking a look at the satellite image now, patchy cloud over central southern areas with a weakening trough is causing a few showers and the odd storm. Largely clear skies elsewhere due to a dry air mass and high pressure system. Moving on to Saturday's weather outlook now, and we'll start with the Gulf waters. West to northwesterly winds 10 to 15 knots, becoming northwest to southwesterly from the early afternoon afternoon. Seas below 1 metre and south to southwesterly swell also below 1 metre. Mainly fine conditions across most of the Gulf tomorrow. Port Lincoln and Cleve both partly cloudy and set to reach 17 degrees. Similar conditions for Woodner 19, Whyalla 18, Port Augusta is set to be mostly sunny and 20 degrees. Kadina is set to reach a high of 16 degrees. Port Pirie mostly sunny and 18, Clare partly cloudy and will reach 15, and Broken Hill be sunny and get to a high of 16 degrees. Taking a look at Sunday now, rain for Port Lincoln 18 degrees, partly cloudy across the rest of the region, temperatures to be in the high teens to low 20s. Cooper Pedy will reach 23 degrees, Broken Hill, Kadina and Adelaide all to get to a high of 17. Looking further into next week now, rainy for Port Lincoln and Adelaide on Monday, sunny for Cooper Pedy and Broken Hill, partly cloudy across the rest of the region, slightly cooler temperatures. And showers across the region on Tuesday except for in Cooper Pedy and Broken Hill where it'll be partly cloudy. And that's all the weather from me for tonight. And so even though it's clear conditions across the region, Ruby, you'll be needing those winter warmers next week. I'll see you soon with an update. It's back to you.
Thanks for that tip, Alex. And that's the local news this Friday evening and for the week. Thanks for joining us. I'll have updates later. Until then, enjoy your evening and weekend, and we'll see you again on Monday with more local news. Good night.